Miss Miller, is it Miss or Mrs.?
Mrs.
Mrs. Miller, you brought this case before the court. What is going on?
This is my
future daughter-in-law.
Baby mama.
Okay.
Future daughter-in-law.
Tracy. So Tracy leaves the kids with me.
All right, guys, this one gets messy fast. We've got a grandmother claiming she was abandoned with 2 toddlers, a mother chasing a dream career, and a father deployed overseas with no idea this case even exists. Right away, you can feel the tension. This isn't just about money. It's about trust, control, and who really stepped up for these kids. And trust me, by the end, the judge is not impressed with how this landed in court.
And didn't come back to check on the kids, haven't done anything, just dropped them off and took off and expects me to take care of the children with no money. She doesn't drop food off, she didn't leave any clothes, she didn't do anything. Tracy says she works all the time. That's what she tells me.
Okay.
That's where she is. So she hasn't done anything with the kids.
Okay.
And they're small kids. They're 3 and 4. I'm trying to deal with a 3 and 4-year-old while she runs around and does whatever Tracy decides she wants to do.
Okay. Is her name Tracy?
This is the first emotional pivot. Grandma frames herself as the sole caregiver, no money, no clothes, no support. That narrative matters because in child support cases, consistency and financial contribution are everything. But here's the red flag. She admits she doesn't actually know where the mother is. She's assuming. And assumptions don't hold much weight in a courtroom.
Tracy,
What's
your last name?
My name is Tracy Smith, Judge.
Smith, okay.
Yes, and I'm prepared. I've watched your court hearings on Zoom and the other courts.
Are you really kiss it up?
Excuse me. There is nothing wrong with watching hearings on Zoom. That's not kissing up.
It just sounds like a kiss up to me.
No. Well,
that would be Tracy. That would be her.
Okay. Mrs. Miller, we're going to be nice and respectful.
I apologize.
It's not kissing up if she is watching court on Zoom. That's why we live stream, so you can watch it. And a lot of people watch it to get prepared. I see you have your notes.
Now the tone turns sarcastic, and that's dangerous. When emotions spill into disrespect, judges start watching how you talk, not just what you say. Grandma mocking Trace's name in preparation doesn't help her case at all. In fact, it subtly shifts sympathy away from her, especially when the judge reminds everyone that preparing for court is not a crime.
Okay, now, Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
You said she dropped the kids off and go do, how do you know the things that she do?
She claims she's working, but she claims she has no money. I'm trying to figure out how that works. How do you work but have no money for your children? I mean, I'm confused because I don't understand that.
How long have the children been with you?
6 months.
6 months, and who dropped them off to you?
She did.
Okay.
Tracy did.
I'm assuming the two of you don't get along.
She's not my favorite person. No.
Oh, okay.
No, she's really not. She's really not.
Here's where the judge starts digging for facts instead of feelings. 6 months is a long time, but the real legal question is why the kids were there. Temporary care versus abandonment changes everything. And notice how the judge keeps circling back to communication, or the lack of it, because miscommunication is not the same as neglect.
How do you know their relationship?
My son tells me things.
Right. You only get it, hear me out, you're only getting information from your son. And I'm not saying that your son is not being truthful, but that's just one side of it. It's always another side.
I see stuff.
And it seems like you're very passionate about your grandchildren.
Yes, I am.
So you should at least pretend to get along with their mother. I mean, she did drop the kids off to you, so she must trust you, right?
I don't say anything bad about her.
Wait a minute. She did trust you enough to drop the children off to you, right?
Or she had no one else.
Okay, but even still, with having no one else, she could have put the kids with somebody that she really didn't know.
But my grandchildren, she was.
That's my point. She trusted you enough to bring them to you.
Good point. Point
okay.
Point
now,
taken.
This exchange is huge. Grandma admits nearly all her information comes from her son, not from Tracy directly. That's second-hand evidence, and courts hate that. The judge is gently pointing out something critical. There are always two sides. And if you're only hearing one, your version of events might be incomplete or flat out wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not following.
She probably would have just left him with anybody.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. I object, Your Honor.
What you objected for? You ain't no attorney. How you objected?
Wait. She has the right to object. Both of you can object.
Oh,
you
I didn't know
represent
that.
yourself.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, now I'm listening.
Now, what
so
is
I
your
can
objection?
object.
That's not true.
Okay, what is your legal objection?
That it's not true.
All right, so that's not a legal objection.
Not an attorney.
So it doesn't matter. She watches court on Zoom, so she is learning how to represent herself.
Right.
Let's not knock anyone for
That's
trying
true.
to represent themselves.
That's true.
not a legal objection, unfortunately. So I'm going to allow her to keep speaking, okay?
Okay.
When objections start flying without legal grounds, it tells the court one thing: this filing may be emotional, not legal. Saying that's not true isn't an objection. Judges need statutes, agreements, proof. And the judge makes it clear: self-representation is allowed, learning is encouraged, and bullying someone for it won't fly.
Okay, so I see kind of what's going on here. Sounds like a lot of miscommunication. You're communicating with your son directly about the things that she and your son discussed, but your son is not really relaying it to you as though he spoke to her about it. That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like, but my son wouldn't lie. He wouldn't make up things.
He wouldn't lie, but you would.
Okay, wait a minute. So you said your son wouldn't lie. Did he tell you?
Did she just call me a liar, though? Did you just call me a liar, girl?
I don't think she said that. I didn't hear that word.
It better not have been that word.
Yeah, I don't think she said that word.
Gift for rewriting reality.
Miss Smith, we will get to you shortly.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
This is the turning point. Miscommunication gets officially named. The judge lays it out plainly. Grandma talked to the son talked to Tracy, but Grandma and Tracy barely talked at all. In family court, that gap can collapse an entire case. Because courts don't punish misunderstandings, they punish broken agreements.
So it is indeed a fact that you dropped the children off to grandmother 6 months ago.
Yes, so the court knows I'm a influencer, and I hate saying that because I'm still growing right now. I'm in the growing stage. And so I do like travel blogs and things like that, which require me to travel.
Object, question. Which one can I do?
excuse
The
me.
question, what she said. What's an influencer? What is?
So
what's this Tracy doing
what is
now?
your legal objection?
The legal objection is that she's lying.
That's not a legal objection. And there will be
Falsifying information. Falsifying information. What's
Okay.
an influencer? What's that she says she does?
okay.
So that's false.
All right, that's not a legal objection either. So I'm going to allow her to finish because then maybe you can hear what an influencer is.
Okay.
Now emotions override logic. The ring, the engagement, the jealousy, all of it spills out. And here's the legal problem. Personal resentment doesn't justify child support filings. The judge clocks this instantly. Family court is not a place to punish people for choices you don't like, especially when money and children are involved.
Influencing. When you say influencing, you're talking about social media, content creator, that kind of stuff?
Yes, and my specific niche is travel videos. And, you know, they're young right now. I hope when they're older, you know, my fiance and I plan to integrate the kids and do like family trips and show how to travel on a budget. Like, we have a plan marked out for it, but his deployment right now, you know, he's going to get out of the military when his term is up this time. He's not re-enlisting. Okay. So if she's not willing to help us, like, you know, my fiance said, I'll take them back, but she doesn't talk to me. And I send them with food and groceries when I have to travel. It's not like...
Tracy finally explains her side, and legally, it matters. The kids weren't dumped. There was an agreement. The father knew. The care was temporary. And most importantly, he's deployed. Filing a case without the other parent's knowledge is a massive misstep. Courts expect transparency, especially when military service is involved.
I don't see how y'all are going to be able to work together with these children if you can't even get a word in. Now, in this email,
See, she interrupted
I mean,
me.
it is very clear what the intentions were. It is very clear that this was a temporary situation and you agree to help them.
She wrote that email. I agreed to keep my grandchildren because I didn't want anybody else to
That's
have
what
them.
the email says.
I agreed. I did agree.
Okay, so
I'll take that.
Mrs. Miller, I don't like to tell people what their intentions are, but it does not seem like you did anything here today other than to come and waste my time. Because you should not have filed a child support situation on her. You should not. It's
She's
very
the mother.
clear. It is hold on. It is very clear that this arrangement was for you to help not only her, but to help your son as well. And then
The influencer conversation isn't about clout, it's about income. The court doesn't care how money is made, only whether children are supported. And Tracy explains that bills were still being paid through the household. That undercuts the claim of zero support and reframes this as dissatisfaction, not neglect.
this is not the court. This is not the place to be doing these types of things. All right? I'm going to deny your request, and I'm going to dismiss this case because you do not have a reason to ask for child support. It's very clear from this email that you knew what the situation was and you agreed to help them. And you're getting financial support from it. It's just not what you're looking for, but that was the agreement.
This is the judge's verdict before the verdict. The email seals it. Temporary help. Mutual agreement. No demand for payment. Filing child support after agreeing to help without new circumstances looks like retaliation. And when the judge says you wasted my time, that's courtroom language for this case never should have been filed.
To continue paying the bills and everything like that.
I won't be dropping them off on Monday, so.
You ain't gonna have that already there. You probably not coming.
No, hold on. Yes, you are. Because y'all are gonna do what? Y'all gonna go have a conversation.
Did you hear her? We're gonna have a conversation.
Yes, y'all are gonna have a conversation.
You're gonna have to play
and y'all are
nice,
gonna
not
work
just in
this
front
out.
of the judge.
And you are too.
The case gets dismissed, not because the kids don't matter, but because the law does. This wasn't abandonment. It was family conflict dragged into the wrong courtroom. The judge makes it clear, talk it out, don't weaponize child support. Now tell me, should Grandma have handled this privately? Or was she right to file? Drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama just like this.
Okay, Mr. Sanchez, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Okay, Your Honor. I'm want to sue her for child support because, you know, my kids are always with me, and she's always at work. You know, she's always working for the hospital.
All right, guys, this one's heavy. A dad working overnight, 2 kids, one with autism, and a mom who says she's too busy to show up. What starts as a simple child support request quickly turns into a brutal reality check about responsibility, priorities, and what the law actually expects from parents. Stay locked in, because this courtroom is about to expose some uncomfortable truths.
You know, yeah, we said back then that we could do this together as one. I wouldn't so much as far as swapping complete schedules. I started doing overnight shift now, just so I can be there for my kids and everything. And she was supposed to be working for mornings, which she was, but she volunteered for more hours. And
Right here, pay attention. Dad isn't asking for sympathy, he's laying out sacrifices. Switching to overnight shifts, restructuring his entire life just to be present for his kids. That matters legally. Courts don't just look at income, they look at effort, consistency, and who's actually doing the day-to-day parenting. This is the foundation of his case.
And even when she's not at work, she's just never home. I don't know where she is. She doesn't call us. She doesn't call our kids. My kids are always wondering where she's at. And, you know, I myself, sure, she can do what she wants as long as she lets me know where she is for her own safety. But my kids always wonder where she's at.
This part hits hard. When a parent disappears for days at a time, especially with kids involved, judges take that seriously. It's not about freedom, it's about stability. Kids wondering where their mom is. That's emotional neglect territory, and courts absolutely factor that into custody and support decisions.
All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
She just, for as long as I can remember, about 2 years now, she's just never been wanting to come home really. And honestly, I've caught her having some painkillers that I would only assume she's taken from the hospital she works at. She's either on painkillers, or sometimes I'll find needles around and whatnot. So I know she works at a hospital, so she's got to get the drugs from there.
Okay.
Now this is where things get dangerous, allegations of drug use around children. Even without proof, the presence of pills and needles raises massive red flags. Judges tread carefully here, but they don't ignore it. When kids are exposed to potential harm, the court's priority shifts instantly to protection, not excuses.
I mean, I'm not sure where he's getting this intel from, but that's
Obviously
not
the
true.
kids.
I mean,
Are you saying your kids are liars?
they could be. I'm not sure.
You're not sure because you're not around that much?
I am around. I just have to work all the time. It's not my fault that, saving lives isn't important to him.
No, I believe it is important to him. I don't think that's what he's saying. He's saying that...
Notice the deflection. Instead of denying the claims, mom questions the kid's credibility. That's a risky move. Courts generally assume children don't fabricate serious accusations out of nowhere, especially when one parent is consistently absent. This moment quietly damages her credibility more than she realizes.
She brings him fast food and leaves again.
Okay, but it's food though.
But you don't sit there and spend quality time with your kids. You say, here's food, and leave.
The tablet works just fine. They can just eat and watch the tablet. Why is that a problem?
Because...
So you want to raise a child off of a tablet? You think that's okay?
They have educational stuff. I don't see what's wrong with it. I need to go to sleep at some point in time.
Interesting.
Me, personally, myself, I sit there with my kids and I...
Fast food, tablets, and bouncing. That's not parenting. That's surviving on shortcuts. Judges don't expect perfection, but they do expect presence. Saying the tablet works fine tells the court exactly where her priorities are, and it's not bonding, structure, or emotional care.
It doesn't matter if I lose sleep over it. That's why I went to overnight, because I want to spend time with my kids. I went to overnight.
His shift to
As he
spend more
should,
time
he's
with
a
the
dad.
As you should, you're a mom. The audacity.
But I have a more important job.
How many times are you going to say that? You have the audacity to say that he's a dad and he should do these things, but you're the mom and not doing these things. He changed his shift, why can't you?
Here's the contrast the judge is clocking. Dad reads, helps with homework, loses sleep on purpose. Courts reward the parent who shows up when it's inconvenient. That's called acting in the child's best interest, and it's one of the strongest factors in family court decisions.
You are going to financially support these children, and I'm going to make sure of it today. And you may want to look into trying to do a shift change yourself so you can spend some time with the kids. Obviously, I can't court order you or force you to spend time with them, but you should want to spend time with the kids. And considering that one of them has autism, you should want to spend more time with your kids.
I get it, but it's too much work having a kid with autism. That's why I just leave it to him, because he's better suited for that.
This moment is jaw-dropping. Calling an autistic child too much work. That's not just cold, it's legally damaging. Courts expect extra effort for special needs children, not abandonment. Statements like this stick, and they directly influence support rulings and future custody considerations.
I don't need an explanation either. It's a yes or no?
No.
Okay, thank you. All right.
She's actually asked for money instead of giving.
And then you have the nerve to ask for money and the kids are with him?
He has an obligation to give me support.
You know what? I'm not about to play with you. You came here to waste my time because you have the same obligation to your kids.
When the judge asks a yes or no question about money, explanations don't matter. No support paid is all the court needs. From that second on, arrears are inevitable. Intent doesn't erase obligation. Once you leave and stop contributing, the financial clock starts ticking.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. This is what we're going to do. How much money you make a year?
$60,000.
Okay, $60,000. All right. Health insurance.
That's about I just have the individual. He has a family one under his plan, so I just pay $80 every 2 weeks.
Okay, health insurance. Is it private health insurance? Is the children under Medicaid? What are we doing?
It's Medicaid.
Medicaid?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to have to pay that back to Medicaid, just FYI, unless you want to put them on private health insurance, which I don't see why you would have a problem with it. You're a nurse. You have access to private health insurance, right?
Yes.
So why did you just get an individual plan when you have a family?
Here's the legal reality. If dad is the primary parent, he doesn't owe her anything. Child support follows the child, not the title of mom or dad. The judge shuts down entitlement fast, and that's a lesson a lot of people learn the hard way.
$4,101.87. Medicaid reimbursement based on 9% of your gross is $450. Do you think you can get health insurance through your employer that's cheaper than that for the children?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
You don't want to look into it?
Not really.
We work for the same company. Yes, she does.
Oh, okay. So this is what we'll do. You just go ahead and pay that, and you can roll your eyes all you want to. I can roll my eyes too. We're just going to have you reimburse Medicaid that full $450. So that brings your monthly child support obligation for 2 children to $1,025 plus the $450 reimbursement to Medicaid for $1,475. Now, it looks like Dad also...
This is the math moment. Income, Medicaid reimbursement, back pay. It all adds up fast. Courts don't care how the money affects your lifestyle. Partying is not a protected expense. Support is calculated to meet the child's needs first, no matter how inconvenient it feels.
You have any questions about anything I just said?
I mean, I just feel like it should be less. What am I going to be left with to party with? Like, what am I going to do?
I don't know, maybe pick up some extra shifts or work a part-time job.
Or take care of your kids.
Don't, you know, if she doesn't want to take care of her kids, I really don't care at this point. I just want to make sure he gets some financial assistance.
I mean, but he makes enough money.
And I mean, you make enough money too. So again, do you have any questions about anything I just said?
No.
Okay. You have any questions, sir?
No.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
And that's the verdict. $1 $500 month, back pay included. The court made one thing crystal clear. Parenting isn't optional, and responsibility doesn't disappear when life gets hard. If this case shocked you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more real courtroom drama that pulls no punches.
Ms. Lopez,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Judge, I have a really great daughter. However, we have a kind of a bad situation. My daughter seems to be so busy sometimes that I think she knows she's a mom, but she kind of has other responsibilities that she's kind of putting in the forefront of everything. And so it's...
Alright guys, this one's gonna hit hard. We're diving into the Lopez case, where young mom, juggling college, a full-time internship, and motherhood, faces her toughest challenge yet, her own mom demanding financial support. Things get tense, emotions run high, and the stakes couldn't be higher for little London. Stay tuned, because this case shows how family, responsibility, and money collide in the courtroom.
The last 2 years, it's kind of gotten difficult for me. We have one baby girl. Her name is London, and she's almost 2. And my daughter is trying to go to college, work, be a mom, and everything else that she wants to be. And so it's just gotten to a point where it's kind of ridiculous because I need some assistance financially, and unfortunately, I'm not getting it.
Okay. All right. And do you pay health insurance for the child?
She is on Medicaid right now because we qualify for Medicaid.
All right. Okay. Anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
Here's the situation. Mom's barely sleeping, balancing work, school, and parenting. But grandma feels she's not contributing enough financially. This is where legal responsibility gets tricky. Courts recognize that even when family steps in, the parent's obligation doesn't disappear. What would you do if your mom was footing all the bills while you're trying to get ahead in life?
At nights, going to school. But on top of that, I also work for the university during the day.
What do you do?
I'm actually an intern, full-time intern for the psychology program. And so,
Is that a paid position?
yes, it is.
How much are you paid?
Well, I just got a promotion.
That's
to
good.
50,000.
Okay.
Yeah. I just feel like I work, all day. I go to school at nights. I don't come home.
Congratulations. We all work all day.
Yeah, I don't get home until like midnight, and I mean, I don't really see why it's a problem that...
Mom's daughter lays it out. Full-time college, full-time internship, and barely a moment to breathe. She's working hard to secure her future, but her mother sees her income as fair game. Legally, a parent's obligation to support their child doesn't stop just because the grandparent steps in, and emotionally, this is where conflict peaks, responsibility versus gratitude.
My mother, the grandmother of my child has to.
Well, because I'm not the one that got pregnant on prom night. You wouldn't be having this problem.
Okay.
That wasn't my decision.
Okay, but you're my mother, right? So
I had
you
one
always said
child.
you wanted a grandchild,
I
didn't you?
had one child. Yes, I wanted a grandchild, but it would have been nice if you would have got married first and had someone to share the responsibility with, not me.
You know, I can't do it by myself though.
You're not
trying
doing it
to
by
use-
yourself.
I'm trying to use that money, right? So that way I can pay for my tuition for college.
Well, I can appreciate that, honey, but you know what? Your responsibility, your main responsibility is being a mom.
I agree with your mom. This is your child, and you said something very key while you were talking. You said grandmother.
Things get heated. Grandma points out this wasn't her choice, yet she's raising the child. Daughter fires back. She's in school, building a career. This is classic courtroom tension, ethics versus law. While the mother's sacrifices are real, legally, the grandparent isn't automatically entitled to payment. The judge has to navigate family dynamics and legal precedent here.
You're her child. She raised you. It is not her responsibility to raise your child.
Right.
It is your responsibility.
I just feel like I don't really have to owe her anything.
You don't feel like you should pay your mother? If your daughter were going to daycare, you would be paying the daycare, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel like they should be paid?
Notice what the judge says here. Your main responsibility is being a mom. This is key. The court is clarifying that while the grandmother can assist, the financial and legal obligation rests on the parent. Emotionally, this is tough. Family loyalty versus legal duty, but it's the law's way of keeping accountability clear. Would you side with the mom or the grandmother?
Yes.
So it logically follows that she should be paid too, right?
Yeah.
So what's your issue?
Well, she uses her money for the school loans, and I can appreciate that she doesn't want to have school debt.
Right.
But
Yeah,
now
that's a
that
good
she's
thing.
making more money, she's going to have to give me a little bit of that. They live with me. The house is paid. We don't have that bill. So I know she wants to be responsible and not have any debt, but you know, mommy doesn't need to be having no debt and worried about diapers and all that too. And she does try to help, but it's just not enough. And now that she's got a promotion, I feel like she needs to take a little bit more responsibility. I've done everything I can, sweetie.
You know that I'm a double major, right?
I know that, sweetheart.
Grandma argues, I've done everything, so I should be compensated. She's essentially saying, childcare is work, and work deserves pay. This is where the court bridges family roles and financial obligations. Legally, if someone provides primary care, courts often allow compensation, similar to daycare reimbursement. But it's delicate. It's still your mom, not a formal business relationship.
I'm giving her.
What are your plans after school?
Well, I'm majoring also in psychology, so
Okay.
I planned on opening my own clinic, doing a clinical psychologist, and then from there I could, you know, take care of my own daughter by then. I just right now need
And
some
move
assistance. Yeah, move out.
And your mom still takes care of the baby?
No, I could take care of the baby by then. I just need a little bit of help
You
and
can
assistance.
take care of the baby by yourself now.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate that.
Daughter counters with her future plans. She's investing in education to eventually care for her child independently. Courts consider intent and capacity. She's not refusing help, just planning for independence. Emotionally, this shows the tug-of-war between immediate support and long-term goals. How would you balance paying back your parent while investing in your own future?
That's what I thought.
Because if you think about it, you really don't live there. You just going to sleep. Mom is taking care of the baby. You'd agree with me, right? If you're coming in at midnight, the baby is with your mom all day. You're literally coming to the house, not seeing the baby, because if it's at midnight, the baby is asleep, I'm assuming.
Right.
And you're going right back out to go
tuck
to
her
school
in.
and work.
I tuck her in.
She's already tucked in, so you just pull the covers over a little higher.
I give
That's
her a
what you
kiss
do?
good
Sometimes she
night.
wakes her up, Judge, and just to play
You
with her for a
wake
little
up the
while.
baby
I
at
mean,
midnight.
just so I can give her a kiss, you know, read her a little story, so that way there is some sort of bonding between us, since I do work, you know, all night long. And
A revealing moment. Mom only comes home at midnight, leaving the child with grandma. Legally, presence and care matter. Even if the parent contributes financially later, the grandparent's role is critical in immediate child welfare. Emotionally, The daughter may feel guilty, the mother may feel entitled. Classic courtroom drama where schedules and caregiving collide.
With a little extra money and no time, because we hardly had any time now. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like now that she's going full time.
Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start your child support so you can at least give mom some sort of assistance. Now, at the time that you move out of the house and you have the child on your own 100%, mom is not babysitting. Mom is not, well, not even babysitting. The child is living with your mom.
Okay.
Judge delivers a clear ruling. Child support starts immediately, and grandma will receive assistance until the child lives full-time with the mother. This balances legal responsibility with family reality. It's a reminder that courts are practical. They weigh care, income, and fairness. The daughter now must adjust to this financial obligation.
It's going to be based off your income, and you just said that you make $50,000 a year now. So at $50,000 a year, that brings your gross to $4,167. Your net is $3,516.78. There is a reimbursement to Medicaid. Now, you are working full time. You have access to health insurance now?
Yes, yeah.
Do you know how much it'll cost?
Here's the math. $50,000 annual income translates into a monthly obligation of $803 to grandma, plus health insurance coverage. Notice the judge credits mom for her insurance. This is standard legal practice to avoid double payments. Emotionally, this is a reality check for mom. Adulting means paying for the care you benefit from, even within family.
I actually don't know. I don't know.
Okay, this is what we're going to do, because Medicaid reimbursement is about $375. That's based on 9% of your gross.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure your health insurance is cheaper than that for your daughter only. So what I'll do is order you to be responsible.
Looking back, this case highlights a key legal principle. Caregiving counts, even from grandparents. Medicaid reimbursement, health insurance credits, and child support all intersect. Courts are precise, ensuring children are provided for while parents are accountable. What stands out to you, the financial calculation or the family tension? Both matter equally in this courtroom.
For that health insurance and give you a credit of $100 towards the health insurance, okay?
Okay.
So that'll make your monthly child support obligation $803 to your mother.
Sorry, baby. You got to learn.
Okay.
Any questions? No? No questions?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
So that's the Lopez case. Folks, grandma stepping in full time, mom balancing college and work, and the court stepping in to ensure fairness. Little London gets stability, and obligations are clear. If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this. You won't believe what happens next in other cases.
Ms. Laura,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I'm trying to get my baby back.
Okay.
I have two babies,
Okay.
and I just had another baby with my boy. He's not my boyfriend anymore, but
Alright guys, this one's intense. Today we're diving into Laura versus Talent, a custody showdown that's got drama, heartbreak, and some messy legal twists. Laura is fighting to get her baby back from Houston, but there's a tangled history of abuse, breakups, and custody battles. Stick around, because what happens next will shock you. Who really has the right to this child? Let's break it down.
he hit my first baby, so Houston got to take him, and I want him back because I'm not with that boyfriend anymore.
So Houston took the baby or you lost the baby?
Either way, Houston has the baby, and I want it back.
No, it's not either way. It's you lost the baby. So did somebody intervene and take the baby away from you? And
Yes,
give the baby?
ma'am. They took the baby and gave him to Houston.
Here's the first turning point. Laura claims she lost the baby due to her ex-boyfriend's abuse and wants the child back from Houston. Legally, this is tricky. Custody isn't just about who wants the child, it's about who has been providing stable care. This moment highlights the emotional stakes and shows us that the court has to balance protection with the child's best interests. What would you do if you were in the judge's seat?
How old's the new baby?
Yes.
Like 8 months.
And you're done with him after 8 months?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I was done with him like 10 months ago. The baby's 8 months.
Oh, okay. So before the baby was born?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he come to the birth of the child?
No, I didn't want him around.
Oh, okay. All right. So you now want to get custody back from him?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
From Houston.
Who does the baby live with?
Me.
The baby? No, my baby lives with me.
No, not your child.
Now it gets more complex. Laura has a new baby and wants to focus on her life, but she also wants a first child back. The court is questioning timelines, custody history, and whether she's ready to provide the stability needed. This moment shows the clash between past decisions and current desires, reminding viewers that custody battles aren't black and white.
Yes, ma'am.
And the child has been living with him for almost, it's a boy or girl?
Boy.
His whole life?
Yes, ma'am. Well, when I get my baby back, I want child support, yeah. He makes way more money than I do. I want my baby back and I want child support.
I'm sorry, you have to excuse me because nothing you're saying is making sense right now. You came to court to ask me.
This is a pivotal legal moment. The judge points out that Laura asking to get the child back after years of living with Houston is unreasonable. Courts focus on continuity for the child. Sudden changes can be harmful. Emotionally, it's a hard pill for Laura, but legally, it makes sense. Could you separate your feelings from what's best for the child?
To give a child back to you that was taken from you, that's 5 years old, that's pretty much lived with this man the entire time that he has been taken care of.
They took my baby away because my ex-boyfriend is an abuser and I'm not with him anymore, so I want my baby back.
Right, but the child hasn't been living with you.
Here, Laura thinks the court should hand the child over immediately. But legally, custody isn't just about demands, it's about precedent and care history. The judge is making it clear that you can't rewrite custody based on personal wishes alone. This moment shows how legal logic can clash with raw emotion, heartbreaking, but crucial for fairness.
I want this to be changed. I've been having the child this entire time. I want him to pay child support. That would be a little bit more reasonable. But what you're asking for today is very unreasonable.
Okay, well, give me my baby back, and then I'll come back in a while and ask for child support.
Well, I can't give you your baby back because I never took your baby. Okay? Actually, nobody really took your baby. You lost your baby for your own negligence with your ex-boyfriend. That has nothing to do with me. Okay? Now, fill me in over here.
Now comes a reality check. Laura is shocked to learn she'll be paying child support to the father, even though she wanted the child back. This is a legal twist that often surprises people. Support flows to the caregiver currently providing for the child, regardless of gender or past expectations. Emotional shock meets legal clarity here.
The baby was placed with you after the boyfriend hit the baby.
Yep.
And he's been living with you ever since then.
Yep.
You've been taking care of him.
Mm-hmm.
You pay for everything for the child.
Everything.
What does she do?
I visit.
She visits unsupervised.
Okay, congratulations. Financially, what does she do?
Financially?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, that's what I figured. Okay, I see what's going on here. Yeah, and I'm not about to play this game with you. You're the one that's going to pay him child support today.
What?
Yeah, you are.
Money and logistics hit the court. Laura learns she'll reimburse health insurance and pay support based on her income. Courts calculate these figures to ensure fairness, not punishment. It's a mix of arithmetic and justice, showing how every detail in custody cases matters. Imagine trying to navigate this emotionally while the law is explaining numbers.
He makes like 3 times as much money as I do. I have to give him my money?
It's for the child, so yes, you do. You do. But the good thing is, it's based on your income. You'll get credit for the other child that your 8-month-old, you'll get credit for that child. But yes, you are going to pay him child support. That's just the right thing to do.
Bam! This is the moment of realization. Laura sees her child support obligation and it's nearly $500 a month. Emotionally crushing, legally inevitable. This demonstrates the court's priority. The child's welfare comes first, and financial support ensures they are cared for properly. Could you handle that kind of responsibility?
It's one child between the two of you, okay, and health insurance. I'm assuming you pay it.
Yes.
How much is it?
$66 a month.
$66.
I get it through my employer, so.
Huh?
I get it through my employer.
Okay, gotcha. And how much do you make a year?
$38,000.
$38,000.
The judge drives it home. Laura wanted the baby, so she must provide for the child. It's a moment that blends legal logic with emotional intensity. She learns that actions have consequences, and fairness is not always what we want. The law protects the child, not the ego.
$69 plus the $66 you're going to reimburse him for health insurance every month. So 66 added to 463.69 is 489.69.
489.69.
Witness recaps the situation. Custody stayed with the father due to the prior abusive relationship. This is the court balancing risk, history, and responsibility. Emotionally, it's a relief for the child's stability but a blow to the mother's hopes. It's a textbook example of how courts prioritize long-term well-being over immediate desires.
Did you need me to repeat it?
I'm asking you, 489. I have to give him almost $500 a month?
Yeah, that's how it works. Did you really think that I was going to have him pay you child support?
No, I just wanted my baby.
Oh, okay, so...
Have you ever seen a custody case twist like this? Situations like this spark debate. Should past mistakes permanently affect custody, or can parents redeem themselves? Comment your thoughts, because these stories often reflect real-life dilemmas that many viewers face.
Your first answer was no, so then you understand exactly why you have to pay child support. Is there anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay, is there anything else?
Nope.
Okay, you all are dismissed.
This courtroom showdown shows that custody is complex, emotional, and legal all at once. The child remains with the father, support flows accordingly, and lessons about responsibility and care are crystal clear. If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's next.